Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. It's 17 past 7, and we are 2 minutes late, so sorry for that. Well, today it's Vanderlei and me.
Hello, guys.
Sorry for you guys, we don't have any female representative here. Poor Neide.
The queen, she's off today.
She's off today. Okay, we let her rest for a while. Okay, good to be here. It's I would like to give you welcome to our Irish friends, SSI workers. Thank you very much for being here with us, and especially our friends from America who are listening us through Kardec Radio. So thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for being with us today, and I hope today's discussion will give you more clarity about the topic we're gonna talk about. So good night, Patricia. Hope you are well. People are starting to join us. So let's move on. And I will do the initial prayer.
Sure.
So let's raise up our thoughts, connect with superior spirits, with our mentors, asking them to send over us what we need in order to evolve, in order to progress, in order to keep us balanced. At the same time, we would like to send these same good vibrations to our brothers and sisters, incarnate or discarnated, who are suffering at this moment. Suffering of starvation, suffering of sickness, suffering with anxiety, any kind of suffering. May this light, may these good vibrations reach our brothers in the lower zones, in the Suicide Valley. They may help the Samaritan group to rescue those who are ready to keep going on the evolutionary pathway. So be it. Amen. Okay. Good. Hey, good afternoon, Chicago. How are you doing? Okay, so today we will talk about Shake the Dust Off. It's part of the chapter 71 in the book Our Daily Bread. And I'd like to start with the Jesus words who originate all this discussion about what it means, shake off the dust. Shake the dust off. Open quotes. And if no one welcomes you or listens to your words, then upon leaving that home or town, shake the dust off your feet. Jesus, Matthew 10:14. Again, guys, we value your comments. Let's make this not a two ways. Let's make this many ways talking here. Give us your inputs. Give your thoughts about it. Okay, so hello, Natalie. Welcome to our talk. It's good to have you here. So, I'd like to start our discussion, Wanderley, because it's difficult to not to understand, but it's difficult to have the correct meaning when Jesus said, "Shake the dust off from the sandals or the feet." I have seen while I was studying, I have seen a lot of people saying Jesus didn't care for those one who don't want to listen to him. So, what's your viewpoint?
I'd say only in this part from Matthew, we have several interpretations.
Yes.
But we can say that Jesus is perhaps saying to us that if someone, someone close to you, even your family sometimes, they are not ready to really accept what you believe as a truth. And in our case here, we are talking about Spiritism. So let's say that we start to understand about Spiritism, and we start to believe in the Spiritism teachings. So sometimes in the beginning, we try to say to the others, this new philosophy that you are studying, and you are trying to bring these new points. And perhaps in this part, Jesus is trying to say to us that even those who are close to us, maybe they're not going to accept our new values. They don't want to listen to us. And Jesus may be saying to us, like, if someone is not really read or someone doesn't want to listen to you, that's fine. Just keep going and maybe go to the others who wants to listen to you. But the most important part, because once you take overall what Jesus' teachings are, Jesus is not trying to impose his truth, his words to anyone, as we should not impose to anyone the truth that we believe. So Jesus is saying to us, someone doesn't want to listen to you, that's fine, keep going, and do not do not carry any harmful feelings against that person. Just keep going, that's fine. But at the same time, we can go even deeper. When Jesus say this, to leave, the dust, is not Jesus saying to us that maybe here on this life we should not really bring to our daily life and to the future life what's not really important, such as giving too much and emphasizes to material things, giving too much importance for small things, really carrying the grudge against people. Maybe saying to us, whatever you brought from the spiritual life, bring back. You only going to be able to bring back what you brought. You're not going to be able to carry any material thing. So leave everything behind and keep going in your evolutionary path with the good things. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, makes sense. And this come across what we have seen, what we have talking here for the past, I don't know, perhaps 2-3 weeks. We need to understand everyone are in different level of evolution. Okay? Like, I am not the same evolution as Vanderlei is, but and sometimes when I try to explain something and Vanderlei don't get it, could be several reasons. And one of these reasons is because he is not ready to understand that, or I am not ready to understand that. And or because I don't want to accept. It's just a judgment of myself. Okay. Let's take this discussion here for in the way when we are not ready. Okay. And another interpretation we could have from this passage here is Jesus was teaching about get us rid of our material attachment, because our feet symbolize our attachment to the material things, because our feet is on the ground.
Sure.
Okay, and when we get attached to that, one day and Jesus was saying, "Hey, take this out. You need." And now we're going to use what Vanderlei said. We need to bring what we brought with us. So when we born, what we brought to us? Nothing, unless our experiences. And as we discussed last Tuesday, according to Spirit André Luiz in the book In the Greater World, chapter 3, these experiences we bring to us is stored in our basement here, is in our
In our conscience, in our spiritual conscience,
in our nervous system. Yeah. So this is what we bring to us, and then we have the present, which is the experiences we're living. So we need to be conscious that we will not take nothing from here unless what we have learned, or let's say good deeds we have done. Good deeds in many ways. Okay, we are not. This is not a part of this discussion here to say define what is a good deed or not. I'm saying as long as you do something with your open heart, with if you're willing and you're dedicating yourself, this is considered for this study today a good deed. Okay, Vanderlei? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So. And asking help from Emmanuel, the Spirit Emmanuel, he's saying shaking the dust off one's feet means not holding on to any bitterness or pollutants in our lives due to the ignorance and perversity that appear on the path of our daily experiences. I said too much. I will give an example, but Vanderlei, do you have any comment, or can I give the example?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so this example was given by Divaldo Franco, the medium from Brazil. And he was saying there were two friends, okay? And one friend is a Spiritist, the other friend is from another belief, let's say. And this friend sent a present to the Spiritist friend. It's an English vase, beautiful, very expensive at the time. And he or she asked for someone to deliver the pack to the Spiritist friend. When she received this pack, she opened it, she saw the vase, but inside the vase, there were what's the nice way to say, Vanderlei?
Feces.
Let's say, yeah. And she, instead of send back or being aggressive with the other friend, or try to replicate the same thing, or do a lot of things, she just kept that. And Divaldo said, after a while, she sent, the Spirit's friend sent to the other friend a rose bouquet. A rose bouquet, okay? And a very beautiful one. Okay? It's smelling very good. It's a great one. And she said in a briefing note, My dear friend, thank you very much for the gift you gave to me. The vase is very beautiful, and I'm returning the vase to you within the flowers and with the thing inside of the vase. I plant those roses that you are seeing, these beautiful roses. So, the moral of the story here. We needed to think twice before any kind of reaction. We needed to digest. We needed to not be impulsive. I know our instinct, everything come up right away because it's easy to access. Again, taking part of our discussion last Tuesday, it is easy. These experiences in our nervous system. Meanwhile, the high level thoughts, it's located in our frontal lobe, which require us to pray, to get inside of ourselves, to get connected with the superior spirits. And this requires time. And by the way, our friend Cícero Andrade and Flavia, good to see you guys. Thank you very much. A long time we don't see you. They run away from Ireland and they are hiding now in Portugal. So good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So, Vanderlei, I said too much.
No, I think there are some passages in the Bible where Jesus says this. Sometimes there are some passages where he seems to be a bit harsh when he says, "Do not throw pearls to the pigs," for example. Some people took that in a really meaningful way. But what Jesus is trying to say to us is like this. If someone doesn't want to take a part or be part of you or anything like this, that's okay. Don't waste your energy. But what I mean when I say don't waste, I'm not trying to say that in an arrogant way, trying to say, "Oh, we shouldn't go there and waste our time." No, but if you realize that that person doesn't want to talk to you, that person doesn't want to, to believe you or anything, as I said before, that's okay, because you're gonna find people who wants to listen to you. No one is an island. No one is 100% alone in this earth. Thank God. And Luis explains to us that we always are given people to us around us with the same connection. So always you're going to attract people. But if you are, as Stevan said, only reacting, to the situations, you are only angry all the time, you're fighting with people, always using your old experiences, the time that you were perhaps a little bit more aggressive in overall as a spirit. If you're only accessing this, you're not going to attract good, not only spirits, I'm talking about good people most of the time. You're going to attract sometimes meaningful people. But even like this, sometimes we are lucky and we get some nice people to help us. So what I'm trying to say is this: there is no point of fighting or reacting, as Stevan said. Someone doesn't want you here, okay, go there. We have an expression in Portuguese when it says, when two people they don't want to fight. How you say, Stevan? When
two people don't fight, the others remain silent.
Yeah, something like this. So if the other doesn't want to do anything, just go away, and you're gonna find.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to. But sometimes you have to learn how to be patient and silent, because sometimes we're not gonna find someone who wants to listen to us or someone who wants to share the same thought as we have straight away. Takes time. We have to build that inside of ourselves.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Stevan.
Yeah. So first, greetings to our new friend, Glaucia McTee. She's from Chicago. She's Don's friend. Thank you for this pleasant meeting and discussion. Thank you, Glaucia, for being here with us. And what you just said, Vanderlei, reminds me with, I think the greatest example we have is Paul of Tarsus,
Yeah. Yeah.
because he, as we know who read the book of Paul of Tarsus, and or know the history of Saint Paul, you will know he ran by foot any many places. I don't know how many kilometers, spreading the good news. And he didn't were he weren't welcome anywhere. Sometimes he were they stone him, they try to kill him.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, many times.
many times he went to the jail. He spent many times in the jail. I think his home was jail, not a house.
Yeah.
Uh, but in any of this situation, he was with the intention to prove that he was right or not. He was not there to not to fight. Let me find the correct word here. To
But it's,
impose his viewpoint. He was there, and he says that the teachings, Jesus' teachings, and those who want to know more will study. Those who don't want to listen, it's okay. It's their time, his time. So, and what we see today, we see a lot of people trying to impose their viewpoint. They force you to see what you want to see. Even today, like that's the silly example. Like today, about this coronavirus here. How many conspiracy theories we have so far? I not even counted, but I believe we have many. Which one is truth? I don't know. But our mission here is live with it. We don't care who is right, who is wrong, but we need to move on. We need to shake the dust, and let's say at the end of our daily bread book in chapter 71, Emmanuel, the Spirit says, there is much to be done in the spiritual edification of the world and your own selves. Therefore, shake off bad experience and proceed joyfully.
oh yeah.
So, this is what we need to do. I know you, I don't know you personally. I don't know if you are passing through financial difficulties, health difficulties, existence difficulties. Everybody have a difficult problem. If you don't have a difficult problem, please teach us. We invite you to be in our live next Tuesday, and you tell everybody the secret of the sauce. If you have no problems, if you have no difficulties, if you have not, please just send your email. I send you the invite, and next Tuesday you're gonna be here with us to give us this advice. But the main point here, doesn't matter difficulty you are facing. I know it's tough. I know it is sometimes with a very bitter taste. I know that. But move on. We need to move on. And Robbie makes a comment here. Those who impose live in fear. Robbie, I kind of agree with you. Let's say 50%, because I know a lot of people. They don't fear. They live that own experience. It's like someone who lies too much is a liar by nature. He lies too much that sometimes he's caught by his lies, and he think what happened is true. So those people who are blind, let's say, is not open to accept anything unless what he thinks is truth, they live in a kind of cage.
Yeah, but Steven, it's like when Rob says, I kind of everyone who imposes something or everyone who is always fighting with someone, that person, as you said in the example of the line, that person always gonna have to keep doing that thing. Otherwise, that person would be caught, or otherwise that person will lose whatever he imposed to get. So whoever is imposing or lying or always forcing something, they if they keep going like this, they're gonna have a breaking point because there is no way of living like this forever. Maybe
Mhm.
you're gonna be living like this until the end of your life. But for example, there is forgot his name, a doctor from the Brazilian Medical Spirit Association, AMI, when he says that he always is dealing with patients who are in the I give it an example before, UTI. How you say UTI in English?
ICT,
In the ICT,
intensive care
you
unit.
know,
ICU,
yeah,
ICU.
ICU.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
intensive care unit.
intensive care unit. So he always says like a lot of he deals with a lot of rich people back in São Paulo, because he works in the hospital Albert Einstein, which is a really great hospital in São Paulo, one of the best maybe I would say in the world. uh, and he always dealing with famous and rich people. And he always says that all those people who always were fighting, imposed something to someone, always were thinking about to have more, 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 or to conquer. Well, I mean, conquer, I mean, to get more for himself. Those people, once they're like in the bed dying, they always ask to him, "Can I have one more day with my son? Can I have a few extra hours? Because I want to talk to my son. I haven't been talking to him for the past 15 years because I wanted to impose my idea to him. He didn't accept, and vice versa in some case.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to get richer. He just wants to have one day or a few hours to be able to say, 'I'm sorry, my son.' So as we were saying before, we're not going to carry anything from this life. So if you are only imposing, if you are only trying to conquer, if you're only with this mindset, at some stage you're going to fail, you're going to fall. And once you fall, I believe, because I used to be quite like, I am like this sometimes, trying to impose things. Steven knows, because sometimes we had our fights with disagreements. And I know that that really doesn't work, because if you don't step back, and if you don't learn how to say sorry, if you don't learn, as Steven said, if you don't see that the other is different than you, the other has different experiences than you, the other sees the world in a different way than you're gonna find yourself uh, in trouble at some stage, because you're going to realize that's not like this. You're gonna have to eventually to learn how to deal with the other, how to appreciate the other. It's like once you have I thank God I don't have Steven. I know he doesn't have, but there are people who have Down syndrome, kids. And I've seen a movie called the Eternal Son. It's a Brazilian movie. It's about this, which is about this. The father, he wants his son has a Down syndrome, and he wants that his kid acts like if he was a normal kid. And the boy is not a normal boy. He has Down syndrome. He's normal his way, of course, but he wants to impose because he's not accepting. So whoever imposes something, like in this case of this movie, which is a beautiful movie, by the way, he does not accept. So we have to learn how to accept certain things that we have no control, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Glaucia. Glaucia, remind us is intensive care unit. Thank you. I see you. And Robbie put it here comments. Sometimes we need to break to see it's not working. Robbie,
Yeah.
you made me to remind an Irish sentence. Um, I heard it here a lot of Irish people saying this. We cannot make an omelette without breaking the eggs.
Oh yeah, very good expression.
And this is true, my friend. If you want to make an omelette, you need to break the eggs. And a good point here, why we seeing a lot of people trying to uh, play as a judge, because we always try to impose what is our true version and what is our not true version. What is true for me, perhaps not true for you, is not true for Vanderlei. But when you impose these, you're starting to create these barriers. And this is generating wars, generate fights, generate controversies, generate a lot of things. Instead of being in harmony, I would say this is a silly example, but it is true. We have learned, like in the tribes, in the American Indians or Brazilian Indians, we do have the chief, but they do have a kind of counselors, and the counselors were composed by the oldest men in the tribe. So they are united, they decide together what is the best future or the next steps or an action for that moment. And they use the wisdom of the oldest and the future views from the chief. So when we have this working together, when we have this discussed, instead of imposing, instead of saying, no, I'm saying the truth, I am saying the truth, I'm saying the truth. And we are seeing these. I think the easiest way to give the example is like religion today.
Oh
How
yeah,
many people say, oh, my God, this, my God, that, and we are praying to the same God. So we need to know, like Robbie, he learned, he had to break the eggs. We need to break the eggs. But we need to break the eggs with wisdom, with our feet on the ground, and at the same time, not trying to impose our viewpoint. Yeah, let me know more, guys. What do you think about it? And this is something. It's funny when you say we want to play a judge. We always judge someone by our view, our based on our experiences. And how many of us change our mind when we getting a little bit older or we learn more about something?
oh yeah,
No, this could be minutes or this could be years, but we change our mind. Sometimes we regret, sometimes not. And the point here, when you find out you had a bad decision, have you apologized? Have you done something in order to fix this? So what I'm saying here, oh, I screw up 5 years ago when I have that decision. Great. Good. But what are you doing in order to fix that moment? If I say nothing, it's past. You are wrong. I'm not saying you need to make an action. Perhaps a phone call to that person. If you hurt someone, say, hey, I'm so sorry. But the point is, you realize that. And when you awake that, this awakening time comes along with an action time. This action could be a prayer, this action could be a phone call, this action could be a visit, this action could be you need to apologize to someone. So that's the main point here. And Robbie said, it was the best thing to happen to me. Yes, Robbie, when we see, I'm not saying the truth or not saying the when we are wrong or when we are right. I'm not saying this. I'm saying when you are in a balanced way, is a waking up call. Okay, you had to break the eggs. No problem. It's part of life, and that's what we are doing here. We need to break the eggs every day. We break a dozen of eggs every day, don't you, Wanderlei?
And sometimes they come rotten. Sometimes they come completely, you know,
Yeah.
off. So we cannot eat them. But that's life. I like what Steven said, about making amends. Sometimes, even if we cannot, André Luiz explains to us that sometimes if you do something before in the past to someone, and maybe we don't have the chance to fix that person, maybe because we changed the country, maybe that person passed away, or maybe that person does not want to see our face at all. André Luiz says to us that a really good way of trying to make this amend is to pray for that person,
Yeah,
is
that's
to
what I'm
send
saying.
vibration. Yeah, so you send a good praise to that person, you send good vibrations. Each time you think about that person, you think about something good, because sometimes the other one does not want our sorry. Sometimes the other one is not ready to accept our apologize. Emmanuel says that sometimes, depending on the action that we do, takes several hundreds of years to the other spirit to accept our apologies. Imagine here, we talk about reincarnation here all the time. Imagine if in a previous life, maybe you killed someone, you killed a lot of people. Do you think you're just gonna go there, knock their door? Hey, I'm sorry, I killed you in
Yeah,
a previous
yeah,
life.
it was
I
yeah.
accept my apologies. No, sometimes that spirit is gonna take. It's gonna be holding that feeling for centuries. So we have to understand that sometimes the best thing we can do is not to force the other one to accept our apologies, our sincere sorry. Is to stay away, don't do anything, and just do everything here in the mind, in the heart, praying good vibrations and being quiet. Sometimes silence is the best tool, is the best thing you can use in order to really to fix something from the past.
Rob says here, I can help make amends for past behavior by becoming someone who cares and wants to help others, sharing my wisdom with others. It's spot on. You're spot on here, Robbie. Yes, you can amend this by, well, I think we lost Wanderlei, or it is my internet. Okay, I keep going. So what I'm saying is there are several ways to make an amend.
See me or hear me?
Yeah,
But
you're back, my friends.
okay, yeah.
Okay. So I was saying we have several ways to make an amend. Through our behavior, like Robbie said, and this is gonna help others, and we're gonna teach someone throughout our examples to our behavior. Silence, like Wanderlei said, sometimes silence in a prayer is one of the effective tools. But we need to understand uh, that if you are in a problem with someone, while you are here, try to sort it out.
Oh yeah.
Don't waste another incarnation to resolve that problem. I don't know how big is this scar, how deep is this scar, but start to sort this. If you don't have the courage to face that, start to pray. Like Mandalay said, start to pray. And
And if,
let
sorry,
that.
Steven. Yeah.
No, I'm saying start to pray in order to you to be able to touch that scar and try to sort this. You
No,
know?
because André Luis says that once you are doing this prayer, as we are saying, sometimes the other spirit starts to feel, but without knowing, he starts to feel that good vibration. And perhaps if you are praying, especially if you are praying like once you go to bed and you start to wish good things to that person, André Luis explains to us that sometimes your spirit goes in the astral, how you call it, Steven, once you disconnect from our body. Forgot. In the astral, in the, not in,
Mhm.
what's the name? Inside. I forgot. But and then the Kardec explains to us that once we sleep, our spirit goes away in the spirit's book, and it goes towards our affinities. Okay, you can pretend as much as you want, but all your affinities, once you sleep, your soul goes to that places. So once you are sleeping, and if you are praying to that person, there are Luis explains to us that a lot of times, if you really want to say sorry to that person, if you really want to fix that, the spiritual world bring both spirits in the spiritual world to talk to each other, to say sorry to each other, to try. And once they are doing that several times until the other person who doesn't want to talk to you, maybe one day that person thinks about you and said, ah, Vanderlei, yeah, he was so mean with me so many years ago. And I have so many people in that list, guys, because I was mean with a lot of people, and they come and say, okay, maybe one day I'm gonna send a message to him. And then everything starts. So once you really want the spiritual world, they help us to find ways to fix that issues. But everything must be sincere, not from the mouth only.
Mm. Patricia is saying the word you are looking for is astral projection.
Thank you very much. Yes, she's correct. I forgot.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So and Glaucia says here, I think it is part of our evolution itself. Perhaps we just forget about our imperfections and put ourselves in a position to point out negative aspects of others. This is a very precious moment to review ourselves using the gospel and all Kardec's literature and other great spiritual friends. Well done, well said, Glaucia. That's exactly this. And come on, between us, the easiest thing is to point out negative aspects from someone. That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
easy. It's so easy
Yeah.
to do that. When that person say hi to you, describe her personality in few seconds. And
Yep.
instead, why we think about it instead of think about the good feelings.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the when we try to work ourselves instead of having this bad behavior to find out negative point for someone, but looking positive points of someone is a game changer. So
Very true.
and we need to do it. We will need to do it. No.
And longer it takes, worse for us.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh
that's not
yeah.
Yeah, and now it's so nice because we have science and psychology working in the spiritist side. What I'm trying to say is like this: Kardec and the spirits books, they are saying about this long time, that once you hold a grudge inside of your heart, you get sick, you sometimes get depression, we get the spiritual obsessors, and blah blah blah. Now science is saying the same to us, that if you have a hard feeling against someone, you may get sick, you may get depression, you may get anxiety. So to forgive someone and to live in this softer way, not trying to point only the negative aspects of the others, trying to see life in a lighter way. If you cannot say anything good about someone, keep your mouth shut, don't say anything. You know, if you go on this way, not only spiritism says, but even science and psychology says that it does good for us. We live a better life. So if you don't believe anything, follow science, because science is saying the same thing. You know, that's why people that get sick nowadays, they don't realize. You know, some people, they, especially if you are in the social media, you know, people, they start to, sometimes someone in the real life, they don't say anything bad against anyone, but they go to Facebook and blah 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 blah, blah. You know, they say only bad things, they only write bad comments. So it's not only real life, but in social media also. We are very close to social media. I work with social media. I see that all the time. People, they don't have the courage to say something to someone, but they have the 1,000% courage to go there online and say so many meaningful things about people. And you see people committing suicide because of that, especially teenagers. So many kids, once they are suffering bullying because the others, they are just point out the negative aspect of them. Some kids, they commit suicide. Some people, they really start to get some kind of depression. So let's be careful, not only what we say, but with what we write on social media also, guys.
This reminded me, Vanderlei. Sorry for my old. This is gonna disclose how old I am, but that is a music from Rona Keating, and the name of the music is "When You Say Nothing at All." And he says here, the smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There is a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hands says you will catch me whenever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all.
Yeah. Silence is silence, silence.
Silence is the precious thing we need to learn. And let me say here, there's another comment here. Oops. Forgiveness, it is first for ourselves and then it irradiates out. Spot on, Morabi. Yeah. But I'm agree 1,000% with Vanderlei when we say, like, let's pray. Let's be in connection. Let's pray for, even though you are right in your comments, even though you think you are still right in some row you have had, pray for that person. Pray for that person to see your viewpoint. Pray for that person to keep going the evolutionary pathway. Pray for you to see the right version. So we need to pray. At the end, the precious thing is pray. Or let's take, let's follow what Robbie just said. Pray for you to be able to forgive. Again, forgive doesn't mean forget. Forgive means when you remember that episode, you don't have the same bitterness feeling you used to have. This happens from day to night? No. Not at all. This takes time. But these things starts with the first step. First step perhaps don't requires knowledge, don't requires money, don't require anything, just require prayer. And Rob says, prayer recognize your intention and give us time to reflect. Yes. Thank you very much, guys, for your inputs today. You are spotting, I'm learning a lot with you today. Thank you very much. And it's good to know when we decide which topic we're going to talk about. And we see a lot of these exchange of information, seeing we are on the same page. This is very good. Thank you very much. Well, let me say, you were on mute, Vanderlei. Unmute yourself, my friend.
Yeah, sorry, because I changed my phone, my earphone, the battery was ran out of battery.
Okay, so you said you're gonna say something.
No, guys, I just, as Steven said, it's so nice that people, they are really sharing, their comments, because sometimes people, they see us here and they think we know a lot. No, we don't know anything, guys. Believe me, we are the ones here who have to read, have to study, because we have to learn for ourselves. So to come here and to be able to share, to have this exchange with people of different ideas, different approaches, for us is so valid, guys, because we are not in this position here to teach anything to anyone. I know there are some people here, who knows much more than us. We are just here because we belong to the spiritual side of Ireland, and we are closed at the moment because of the COVID. But it's something that we enjoy doing. It's so nice to see people who enjoy also to be talking about spiritism, to share their comments. And some people, they take time. They're like, when I came to the Spirit Center, I don't know how many years ago, I used to go there and I used to see Stevan giving speech. Stevan didn't know me, and I was saying, okay, maybe I can try to do something like this also. There was other workers, Dogi, Eloisa, Luanda, our great friends, they were there, and so many other people. So, guys, if you want to be part of sharing these ideas, what we recommend, guys, is this here also, that we have every Wednesday. We have our studies group, which is at 8 p.m. and it's run by Neige Mota and Tanya Moore. So everything is done in English, as we do here. So if you guys want to share your opinions, share your experience, to exchange ideas basically about spiritism, guys, please, guys, reach out to us to this email. If you send an email to us, we're gonna be able to send the Zoom link to you guys. It's open to everyone, so you don't need to know anything about spiritism. You just have to send an email. We send the Zoom link, and you guys can enjoy. You guys can join there, and you guys can learn with us, help us also. So I like this.
In the comment box.
Yeah. Say again, Steven?
I put the email in the comment box.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. Good. So, guys, please do it. And also, just before, since I'm talking about this, we have also, just to clarify for those who are here for the first time, or for those who just started to see our lives, as I said, we used to have our physical place at Lantern Center here in Dublin. We are closed because of the COVID, but we still have some activities. The one was the study that I was saying, and every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:15 p.m. we have these lives here. Sometimes we bring special guests from all over the world to talk about spiritism, and also on Sundays we have at 11:15 we have our special talk. In that case, normally just one person, could be Steven, could be me, Could be someone else, Samantha.
Yeah, just one comment. We don't broadcast on Kardec Radio the Sunday talk. It's just on Spiritist Society of Ireland Facebook and YouTube page.
Yeah, because I think the time zone is quite different, so it will be quite early back in America.
Yeah.
But even if you guys America wants to see us, we are there on our Facebook page, on YouTube also. So we are trying our best to keep our activities. And guys, believe me, I know some people, they come to us on Facebook and they say, I would like to receive a healing. We have our a group who does every week. We call a kind of a general healing, which is a prayer.
They meet up every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday after our study, correct?
8:30 p.m. Irish time. They keep in doing their meetings, so the entire group. So instead of being physically, they do a virtual meeting. This is a restricted group just for the healing team. So they do it, and they pray for everybody in the group, they do their job in order to help us here. So, and we have a lot of fruits. So a lot of people, it's returning to us, getting in touch to us, especially our Irish friends. We have seen a lot of Irish people reaching out to us, which before this pandemic time, they didn't know that the Spiritism Society of Ireland exists. The Irish Spiritist Federation exists. So this is I have no words. The pandemic time, this virtual meeting is a blessing for us. You know, we can see a lot of people giving lives, giving this, so it's a blessing. Perhaps we don't recognize it right now, and everyone, it's, as we said, in different levels, in different situations. Just the future will tell us what was the benefit of having these difficult times we are passing through, or we are passing by. Also, I like to give you, let me share my screen. So on the 7th and 8th of November, we will have the Spiritism X 2020. It's a version, Spiritist version of the TEDx. So it's 16 speakers. Everyone gonna have a 15 minutes to talk. So 8 speakers on the 7th of November, 8 speakers on the 8th of November. And if you want to join, please register yourself to the, let me get it here, Spiritism X 2020 eventbrite.co.uk. So sign in and enjoy it, because we have speakers from Ireland, from UK, from America, from Brazil, from, I think, Germany as well. So it's a lot. Also in November, BUS, the British Union of Societies, Spiritist Societies, it's holding a talk with Arun Gandhi, the son of Mahatma Gandhi. And the topic is the lessons of Mahatma Gandhi for our daily lives. So I encourage you to be part of this meeting. Is on the 28th of November, 28th of November, 5 p.m. London time. Okay, so in order to get through, is a Zoom meeting, so you need to send an email to office@buss.org.uk. Then put it here, office@buss.org.uk. Is that in the chat as well? Also, uh, two great websites. One is the spiritistinstitute.org. You have you have there a lot information about the spiritism. And when you will go, if you want to get deeper in your studies, we invite you to go to spiritistacademy.com. So go there, and you can find a lot of lessons. You can learn about the Spiritism teachings. And that's it.
Actually, Stevan, I just post here the Kardec page also.
Also, Kardecpedia, that's a beautiful tool as well. So it's in many languages: English, Portuguese, Spanish, and I think that's it. Yeah.
I have here Spanish, French,
Spanish, yeah, of
Portuguese,
course,
and English.
Yeah. So also the Spiritist. It's short conversations. We give you tons of lessons. So I'm using this a lot. So ispiritist.us, ispirit.us. So it's great. Okay, our main intention here is spread the English word speaking moment. So we did our part today. Thank you very much for your inputs. Thank you very much for your interaction with us. And so, Vanderlei, I did the initial prayer. So guess who's going to do the final prayer?
That's okay. That's fine. Okay. For those who feel comfortable, I'd like to ask you to close your eyes. Otherwise, keep it open. Again, we'd like to thank for this opportunity to be able to be talking about Spiritism in Ireland in English, bringing the work of Allan Kardec, the work of Chico Xavier, Divaldo Franco, but especially to be talking about the gospel of our Master Jesus. In this land that nowadays myself and Stevan and many others we call home, would like to ask the good spirits to support those who are working the front line in the COVID situation, the nurse, doctors, cleaners in the hospitals, people who are cooking, policemen, everyone who are there working, giving their best in order to save lives and to alleviate the suffering of all those who are in this difficult situation. But again, let's not forget that all of these workers, they have one help, and a very special help, which is the help of our Master Jesus, who promised us that everything will pass, that the good days, they will come. And doesn't matter how darkest is the night, how difficult is the time, this will pass also. So let's remember his gospel of love, of forgiveness, and of happiness and joy also. And let's remember that God is a loving Father. Thank God for this opportunity. Thanks for everyone for being here tonight. So be it. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And thank our friends. Thank you, Chicago. Now we have two representatives from Chicago, Don and Glaucia. Thank you very much. We just don't know, Robbie, where you listen us from, but whatever you are, my friends, thank you very much. Patricia from Ireland, Kaka, all those friends who are with us every day, every moment. So Natalie, I don't know also where you are listening us from, but anyway, thank you very much. Rob is listening from Cali. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, once again, be safe, be healthy. I'll see you next Tuesday at 7:15 Ireland time. And I wish you a great weekend. Be nice. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Mother. Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much
You
for your
guys.
time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See you. Bye.